Chopping news at 11. Chopping news at 11. United Nations agencies warn today that millions of refugees and displaced people are facing a brutal winter with dramatically reduced humanitarian aid as the cold months arrive in the Northern Hemisphere. With less funding and more need, many families will be forced to choose between heat and food.
Reuters is reporting Iran says it is open to a peaceful nuclear agreement with the United States, but will not compromise on national security, its deputy foreign minister affirmed today. While Tehran insists its program is for peaceful purposes, major gaps remain, especially around uranium enrichment and Western demands.
According to UK news outlets, President Donald Trump has formally demanded that the BBC issue an apology by this Friday or face a US $1 billion lawsuit over what his legal team claims was a false and defamatory edit of his Jan
6, 2021 speech on the broadcaster's flagship program.
The BBC has admitted an error of judgment and is under heavy scrutiny. In Washington today, Syria signed a political cooperation declaration to join the US-led coalition against ISIS. Though it will not take part in a military mission, the Syrian government says.
In Chicago today, a suspect was arrested after shots were fired at Border Patrol agents during a federal enforcement operation. According to DHS, agents say the suspect fled in a black Jeep and no officers were
Minnesota, politics today. Bernie Sanders threw his support behind Peggy Flanagan for the U.S. Senate, calling her the working people candidate in a contest shaping as a progressive versus moderate class. In Japan today, SoftBank announced that it has exited its position in Nvidia and will deploy the proceeds into its AI bets, signaling a big shift away from chips towards software infrastructure.
In energy markets today, Russian firm Lukoil has notified Iraq's oil ministry that it must invoke force majeure at the West Corner 2 field because sanctions have frozen payments and export capacity, major uncertainty for supply.
In an unprecedented crypto enforcement action, UK authorities jailed Jamin Kian for more than a decade after seizing 61,000 Bitcoin and uncovering what is believed to be one of the largest cryptocurrency frauds in history.
copyrighted song. Kilmer says the rapper, they're included. Kilmer says the rapper, Kilmer says the rapper, included works by top-selling artists such as Herbert Grönemeyer. OpenAI is now required to pay damages and may face further mandates on how it handles creative content. The decision is widely seen as a precedent for the regulation of generative AI in Europe.
The US had the sequel. The US had the sequel.
Advocacy group Public Citizen is calling on OpenAI to immediately withdraw its new AI video generation tool, Sora 2, warning that the app's capacity to create hyper-realistic visuals and deep fakes poses serious risk to privacy, public trust, and even democratic institutions. The group says OpenAI launched Sora 2 too quickly in its race to compete without sufficient guardrails in place. In Japan this week, a 30-something woman has made headlines after formerly dating AI created has no legal standing under Japanese law. It has sparked fresh debate about emotional reliance on conversational and how we define relations of regulations. In health news tonight, the FDA is reversing a decades-old warning on hormone therapy used in menopause care, saying the science supports broader access and personalized risks-benefit discussion.
China space agencies says the 3 astronauts aboard the Shenzhou 20 mission are in good condition, living and working normally. Aboard the Tiangong space station after their planned return on Paper 5 was postponed. The return capsule is believed to the agency to launch emergency plans and to conduct impact analysis.
Drop the news at 11. Drop the news at 11. Drop the news at 11. Chop the news at 11.